Sources tell CBS News President Trump is very likely to sign a bipartisan spending deal that gives much less money than he wants for barriers on the Mexico border. The agreement would end nearly 2 months of gridlock and prevent another partial government shutdown. The president told reporters he was not happy with it at first glance. Nancy Cordes is on Capitol Hill tracking efforts to push the deal through. Nancy, that Friday deadline is fast approaching.
That's right. Time is of the essence, and no one here on Capitol Hill views this as a done deal quite yet. And that's because, A, they're still writing the bill, and problems can always crop up during that process. And B, the president hasn't definitively said that he'll sign it. In fact, he's made it pretty clear he doesn't like it.
The answer is no, I'm not. I'm not happy.
President Trump may not be happy, but he's up against a united Congress.
I hope he'll decide to sign it.
Sign it and don't cause a shutdown.
They're urging him not to listen to his TV allies who have rejected deals in the past.
The so-called compromise is typical of the D.C. sewer and swamp.
The president wanted $5.7 billion for a border wall. The compromise gives him about a quarter of it, nearly $1.4 billion, for fencing, 55 miles of it in the Rio Grande Valley. Republicans say it's a start.
I don't mind him taking that as a down payment and finding the rest through executive action.
The president's in a little bit of a box because he said at one time or another so many different things that no matter what we sign, somebody can say he didn't get what he wanted, and he can say I got what I wanted.
The agreement is actually slightly smaller than the $1.6 billion the Senate set out in December, a sign of the leverage Mr. Trump lost after a 5-week shutdown that left 800,000 federal workers in limbo. Would the president have been better off accepting the deal that the Senate negotiated before the shutdown?
I think he's got a pretty good deal here, you know. The speaker said there wouldn't be a dollar for a wall. Well, I guess we're going to have an argument now about what's a wall.
The president's aides tell CBS News he probably will sign the deal and then look for more funding elsewhere.
It's not doing the trick, but I'm adding things to it. And when you add whatever I have to add, it's all going to happen.
I asked congressional leaders what they think the president meant by adding to the deal. They said they're not sure. Perhaps he's referring to executive action, but the deal is the deal. It's not changing. They want to hold the first vote by tonight, and they need to pass it in the House, the Senate, and get it to the president's desk for his signature by Friday night, Gayle, if they want to avert another partial government shutdown.
And nobody wants that. It appears to be moving in the right direction. Thank you, Nancy. We shall see.